My topic for today's presentation is critical thinking. So, let us just quickly go through its definition to know about it more. Critical thinking is the ability to objectively analyze, evaluate, and interpret information to form a well reasoned judgment. It involves logical reasoning, questioning assumptions, and making informed decisions based on evidence rather than emotions or biases. Then let us know what actually is critical thinking. It is the ability to analyze, evaluate, and interpret information logically to make well informed decisions. It helps us to go beyond surface level understanding and develop a deeper, more rational approach to problem solving. Let's break down into five key aspects. First is analyzing information. Critical thinking begins with analyzing information. This means breaking down complex ideas or problems into smaller parts to understand them better. Instead of accepting information as it is, we look at the details, patterns, and relationships between the different pieces of data. Then, second comes questioning assumptions. One of the most important skills in critical thinking is not blindly accepting information. We should always ask, why is this true? Or is there any evidence to support this? By questioning assumptions, we can avoid bias and misinformation, leading to more accurate conclusions. Then we have the next point, which is logical reasoning. Critical thinkers connect facts and evidence logically. Instead of relying on emotions or opinions, they use reasons to assess a situation. This skill helps in forming well structured arguments and making sound judgments based on facts rather than assumptions. Then we have the next point, which is problem solving. In real life, we often face complex challenges. Critical thinking helps us approach problems systematically by considering different solutions, weighing pros and cons, and choosing the most effective course of action. It encourages creativity and innovation in finding solutions. Then the next point is making informed decisions. Finally, critical thinking allows us to make better decisions by considering different perspectives and evaluating all available information. Whether it's choosing a career path, solving a conflict, or making an everyday decision, thinking critically ensures that our choices are well thought and not impulsive. In short, critical thinking is an essential skill that helps us navigate life with clarity and confidence. It enables us to think independently, solve problems effectively, and make smarter decisions. Then we got to know about what critical thinking is actually is, but why is it important? Critical thinking is an essential skill that plays a crucial role in our daily lives. It helps us process information logically, solve problems efficiently, and make better decisions. Here's why it matters. It enhances decision making. Every day we are faced with choices, whether big or small. Critical thinking allows us to enhance the decision making in the process. Then the next point is encourages problem solving. Yeah, challenges and obstacles are inevitable, but critical thinking helps us tackle them efficiently and effectively. It pushes us to approach problems from various angles, use logical reasoning, and come up with creative solutions. This skill is valuable not only in academics but also in professional and personal life. Then it also prevents misinformation. In today's digital age, where we are constantly bombarded with information, it's easy to fall for misleading facts and biased opinions. But critical thinking makes us avoid those things. So, overall, it is a powerful tool that shapes how we analyze, interpret, and respond to the world around us. Then, what are the key skills required for developing critical thinking? First is first, which is the most important, is observation skill. The first step to critical thinking is being observant. By paying close attention to details, identifying patterns, and noticing small yet significant changes. Then we have analytical thinking. A strong critical thinker doesn't just accept information at face value. Analytical thinking involves breaking down complex problems into smaller ones and then analyzing them. Also, critical thinker requires effective communication. Critical thinking is not just about processing information internally, it is also about expressing ideas clearly. Also, a critical thinking person who is a critical thinker needs an open mindedness. So one of the most important aspect of critical thinking is the willingness to consider new ideas and challenge our own biases. Keeping an open mind allows us to evaluate information objectively, accept constructive criticism, and improve our reasoning without being influenced by personal emotions or preconceived notions. By developing these skills, we can strengthen our ability to think critically, make informed decisions, and navigate challenges more effectively in both academic and real life situations. Now, let us go through a few examples of critical thinking in everyday life. First is evaluating news sources. In today's digital world, we are constantly exposed to news and information. A critical thinker doesn't just believe everything they read or hear. Instead, they check the credibility of the source, verify facts from multiple reliable sources, and question whether the information might be biased or misleading. This helps in forming well informed opinions rather than being misled by misinformation. Then, the decision making in everyday life. Imagine you want to buy a new phone. Instead of just choosing the popular brand or listening to advertisements, a critical thinker researches different models, compares specifications, reads customer reviews, and considers their personal needs and budget before making a final decision. This logical approach ensures that they get the best value for their money. Also, there is one more example of problem solving in academics. While working on difficult math or science problem, a critical thinker doesn't just memorize formulas and apply them blindly. Instead, they try to understand the logic behind the solution and analyze different approaches and consider alternative ways to solve the problem. This deeper understanding does not only help in exam but also strengthens the problem solving skills for real world challenges. Now, let us move to the conclusion of this topic, the power of critical thinking. It is essential for success, whether in academics, the workplace, or everyday life. Critical thinking plays a crucial role in helping us make logical and well informed decisions. It improves problem solving abilities and enhances our ability to analyze situations effectively. It also encourages independent thinking. Instead of blindly accepting information, critical thinkers question assumptions, evaluate different perspectives, and develop their own well reasoned opinions. This fosters confidence and intellectual independence, a lifelong skill. Critical thinking is a lifelong skill. It isn't something we learn once and forget. It's a continuous process of learning, adapting, refining our ability to think logically and rationally. The more we practice it, the better we become at making sound judgments. Also, think critically and act wisely. In today's fast paced world, where misinformation is very common, the ability to think critically is more valuable than ever. By applying this skill in our daily lives, we become more informed, rational, and capable of making better decisions. So, thank you. This is all I wanted to speak about my topic, critical thinking.